at 6 on Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45. The heat is on across the South. That could affect your energy bills. Tips on keeping you cool without breaking the bank. Also, a Center Hospice House will soon open in Yadkinville. How it will support surrounding counties.
Forsyth is
Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Stone. We'll have those stories coming right up. First here at 6 o'clock, meteorologist Doug Lindsay is here with the first check of your weather on the One's forecast. So Doug, we're still dealing with this heat.
Yeah, heat, but
Two Winston-Salem firefighters were taken to Baptist Hospital after being exposed to chemicals on a hazardous materials call. We're going to show you live pictures from that scene. This happened around 3:30 this afternoon. EMS tells us the two were part of the hazmat response team. They were responding to a tanker truck spill on Goodwill Church Road and Highway 158 in Blues Creek. It was carrying a mechanical solvent. No word yet on their condition or anyone else involved in the accident. Well, with temperatures in the 90s this week and your air conditioning running on high, you may be looking for ways to cut your energy use cost. Elise Michelanis has more on how to save and how to avoid getting ripped off. Technicians say when it comes to service calls, it is best to call someone who is licensed and insured. Winston-Salem police arrested this former high school coach accused of having sex with a student and getting her pregnant. Investigators charged Lloyd Mitchell with sexual offense and having indecent liberties with a student. Mitchell was a teacher and coach at R.J. Reynolds High School. Police say the charges stem from incidents in 2012. Most recently, he was the boys' basketball coach and a media assistant at West Forsyth High School. He resigned on Friday and turned himself into police today. Mountain Valley Hospice and Palliative Care in Dobson received a $1 million donation from State Employees Credit Union today. It's a contribution that is making a second hospice home in neighboring Yadkin County possible. Arlena O'Connell joins us live with more on what this means for some of the rural foothill communities. Elena. Yadkin County commissioners talk about plans to move forward with reopening the county's hospital. Yesterday, a federal judge found the company that ran and closed the hospital in contempt for violating an order to keep the facility open. The judge also ordered a plan to reopen the hospital as soon as possible. Commissioners are now taking the next steps to make that possible.
Patient records transfer, chain of custody, those sorts of technical issues that have to be dealt with. We have to have some permission from the State Department of Health and Human Services to make some of the changes, and there's contracts that will have to be switched with lease companies for some of the equipment within the hospital.
Austin says it will be a few days before those technical issues will be resolved. Then the county will find a new company to reopen the hospital. The 16-year-old victim from Sunday's shark attack says he will not let losing his arm bring him down. Hunter Treschel is currently recovering at New Hanover Regional Medical Center. He was swimming in waist-deep water about 20 yards offshore when the shark attacked. He says he wants to continue living his life as normally as possible.
It seems to me kind of like at a certain point I've lost my arm, obviously. So I have kind of two options. I can try to live my life the way I was and make an effort to do that even though I don't have an arm, or I can kind of just let this be completely debilitating and bring my life down and ruin it in a way. And there, out of those two, there's really only one that I would actually choose to, and that's to try to fight and live a normal life with the cards I've been dealt.
The shark also attacked a girl from Archdale about 90 minutes before. Her family set up a GoFundMe page to help raise money for medical expenses. She lost part of her arm and has a leg injury. Her family is trying to raise $50,000 for future surgeries and rehab. Forsyth is the latest North Carolina county to announce a crackdown on internet sweepstakes operations. They're being given until the end of the month to close. Bob Costner found some people are not happy about that news because there were some benefits to the business. The first violation of the law is a misdemeanor. Additional offenses will result in felony charges. Crews worked quickly to get a severed gas line under control in Greensboro today. This happened around 3 o'clock off Gate City Boulevard. That is formerly High Point Road, where road construction is going on. No one was hurt.
On ABC 45.
Durham police identified the man they say is behind a robbery and officer-involved shooting at a local McDonald's. Police accused 26-year-old Dennis Palm Jr. of threatening to kill an employee at the McDonald's on Tower Boulevard early this morning. As Chris Williams explains, that threat led to a standoff with authorities and ended a short time later in gunfire. Durham police have identified the officer as Sergeant Glenn Price. Authorities also say the suspect, Dennis Palm, faces 2 counts of second-degree kidnapping and 2 counts of assault on a female, among other charges. A hazing lawsuit against High Point University hits a roadblock. The State Court of Appeals ruled a local judge was correct last year in dismissing the suit. A 3-judge panel decided yesterday that the estate of Robert Eugene Tipton Jr. has no basis for wrongful death, punitive damages, and other claims against HPU. The 22-year-old died in March of 2012 at an off-campus apartment. A medical examiner ruled the cause of death as prescription drug overdose. His mother argues that he died in a Delta Sigma Phi fraternity hazing incident. And stay with us, your sports is up next tonight.